This is my midday ritual, when my first round of patient consultations is finished, before the bustle of the day is replaced by stacks of charts to be filled out. I escape to this terrace, this place of solitude, and hold tight to a few moments of perspective. I breathe in the busy silence, and once a day, I pretend I could go somewhere no one knows my name, where absolution is easy and truth isn't so hard to come by. A bird flies overhead, past the parking lot below me, and the still street entrance beyond that. My gaze follows it to the path of the Willamette River, a wide divide of sleepless water that cuts Portland in half. The break in the scenery means nothing to the bird, but I often wonder why they bothered to build the foundation of a city on land that would always be split. No matter how close to the water they plant offices, or how many bridges traverse one shore to the other, the two sides will never connect. It will never be whole. But I am up here, 7 floors high, and if I close my eyes and raise my face to the sky, I can almost pretend that I, too, am flying above it. Untouchable. Dr. Michels? I turn to see Enrique, a nurse intern, leaning against the open glass door to the clinic. His dry sarcasm and the way his brown eyes squint almost closed when he smiles has made him one of my favorite nurses. You ready for another delivery? He asks, his Puerto Rican accent pulling down his vowels. Of course, I say. I pick up my coat, feed my arms back into it, and follow him inside. Sunlight shines through the towering glass walls of the clinic and glints off the modern furniture tucked in alcoves and lining the walls around the check-in desk. Enrique and I weave through women at various stages of pregnancy, with their families, nurses and doctors, and back into the halls of the clinic. A beehive that from the terrace is a low hum. Inside, a violent roar. Between my 4-year residency and my year as a licensed OBGYN, this is my 5th year at this clinic, and it still surprises me how many patients we fit into a day. Once we hit our stride in the hallway, Enrique passes me the chart of a laboring mother. 8 centimeters, he says. She's been laboring for 6 hours and progressing at a steady rate. I quickly flip through the pages of Mrs. Forrest's chart, then let the pages flutter back into their place. Have you seen Vanessa around today? I ask him. Vanessa Liu is the chief of the OBGYN department and the woman who holds my fate in her email inbox. Vanessa agreed to be my mentor for my first clinical trial, one of a dozen hoops I have to jump through to get my research grant approved. A place to conduct my trial is the final piece of the puzzle. Once Vanessa gets the okay on lab space, I can finalize my grant application. Does anyone ever actually see Dr. Liu? He asks, and I have to laugh. It's true that although everyone knows she hardly ever leaves the hospital, no one ever runs into her in the halls. She appears as if out of nowhere when she needs something, and disappears just as quickly when she's done with you. The clinic nurses have a pool going as to who her secret lover is. Secret lover? I say through stifled laughter. He shrugs as if to say, why not? She is a beautiful woman, if you can look past her tough exterior. Of course, more than a few people have said the same thing about me. It could explain where she's always hiding. He waggles his eyebrows mischievously. We reach the labor and delivery wing, and Enrique leans on the entrance button. When the nurse on the other end of the line picks up, he rattles off something in Spanish. The doors swing open as if of their own volition. Our patient, Mrs. Forrest, is on the bed, her feet in the stirrups, her brown hair splayed around her head like a mermaid underwater. The woman standing next to her is clearly her sister.